Hey guys, I'm just in the navigation area on the boat, so I'm just here now planning my route. We've got a massive storm coming in, Storm Dudley. So that's coming in and it's going to last about 6 or 7 days. So I've been looking at my weather, trying to work it all out what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move and head towards Congleton. Let's go. So yeah, we've got this massive storm coming in, Storm Dudley. So today is the last day I can move before it all kicks off tonight. 40-50 mile an hour winds, woohoo, it's going to be fun. And when I looked on the Met Office app, it only shows you about 6 days ahead. So I need supplies, I need to get somewhere where I can get to shops, Jackie can park the car. So heading now towards Congleton. So hopefully we can get hunkered down before it all kicks off tonight. But it is, I love the Mac, it's absolutely a beautiful canal. But I was too far out in the middle of nowhere really, to be honest, so let's get somewhere with a bit of civilization. So the pirate flag's not showing any signs of a storm at the moment, she's still very limp, brewer's droop. But normally when the winds start to come, she's flapping her knackers off, honestly, she's proper going in the wind. And that's what we like to see, a good set of flaps. But yeah, she's very limp at the moment, so all's good. Good cruising, that is. So approaching Congleton now. Let's hope we can get moored up. So more moored up now at Congleton Wharf. It's a fabulous place. The only downside is there are a couple of trees and you try not to moor under trees in a big storm. There's two ways to think about it really. Sometimes they offer you protection from all the wind, and other times they fall on your boat. So let's just hope that these two big trees that are here are going to avoid my boat. So guys, this video is part 2 to the question and answer session that I organised a few weeks ago now. I asked everyone to email me all their questions and I had 63 emails. So I did a few last week and I'm going to do a few this week. So we're going to crack on with that today. So I hope you enjoy. Of all the items on your boat, including the TV, washing machine, etc., what would you say has to run off 12 volt? From Mike. So basically what 12 volt is for things like boats and vans and anything that's off grid, they take their power directly from the batteries. So I tend to try and have everything I can 12 volt because it makes it so much easier. So my freezer's 12 volt, my fridge is 12 volt. The only thing that's on my boat that's mains powered, which I need the inverter for, is my Dyson, my washing machine, my electric bike battery and my laptop. So I tend to charge them when the engine's running or I'm cruising or I'll get in loads and loads of solar and then I'll put the inverter on. But I tend to try not to use the inverter as much as I can. But that's my experience in my boat setup. So yeah, so I hope that answers that question. Now that you've had a taste of lithium, are you tempted to go full on lithium? Probably not. The hybrid setup for me is working out absolutely brilliantly and it's been so low cost compared to full lithium. I've not had to change my solar, I've not had to change my alternator, everything, it just dropped in. I got that battery from lifebatteries.co.uk and it's been absolutely fantastic and the support there it's just been brilliant and I'm loving lithium. I loved it right from the start when I got my Jackery. And it's just the way how fast it charges. It just lasts ages. I've gone from running my engine 4 hours a day to just 1 hour every 2 days now with my Jenny. So it's made a massive difference. So probably not full on lithium, but I would get another battery and drop that in with my existing hybrid setup.
When you use your washing machine, what happens to the dirty water?
Well, that goes into the canal. And that's not just me, that's all boats. The only thing, the exception to this rule is obviously toilets. They go into either a cassette or into a pump out tank. But yeah, generally on boats, when you wash up or when you wash your hands or when you have a shower or use the washing machine, all that grey water goes into the canal. And that's why it's really important to use eco-friendly products. But yeah, that's what happens, and I think it's always happened, unfortunately. But it's only like a little bit of dirty soapy water. It's not like diesel or toilet things. So yeah, so I hope that answers that question. Problem is, there's no other moorings of the day when I moored up, and I didn't want to keep going because I just didn't know if I'd get in. So yeah, it's not the best mooring because of these trees. Hopefully we're a little bit sheltered from our house behind It's really windy. In fact, it's really difficult to stand up. But it's absolutely, I'm just going to watch this tree here. See this tree. So it's Storm Eunice now. She's hit us. Woohoo! It's brilliant.
You've got to keep your flaps tucked in because mine have gone all baggy.
So I've survived Storm Dudley and I survived Storm Eunice. Now Eunice was a right little feisty one. She was a slow starter, but once she blew hard, let me tell you. Wow. But today there's a little window of about 4 hours where the wind speed drops down to about 26 miles an hour. Now what I'm going to do is cruise on, try and get some water and get myself moored up where there aren't any trees. The tree there's a big massive tree there, and watching Eunice giving that a good blowing, wow. Oh, I couldn't sleep, didn't bear thinking about. Winds are going back up tomorrow now to 45 and 50 mile an hour again for the next 6 days. That's as far ahead as I can see on my weather app. Whilst we've got this little window of opportunity, let's get cracking and get out of here.
So the plan today is to try and get somewhere where there aren't many trees. I've only got this 4-hour window in between the rain and all the wind, so I'm going to try and get water and then just try and find somewhere before it goes dark, really. That's the plan, but it's very hard sometimes to get somewhere where there aren't trees. On some stretches of canal you've got 20 miles worth of trees, so it's just going to try and make the best of a situation. But I did not like in there, that tree was creaking and all sorts. So yeah, so I'm glad to be on the move, to be honest. Pirate flag's all wrapped up at the moment because Storm Eunice gave it a right good going over, she did. She was flapping like mad, the tiller was swinging, the rudder was banging the back of the boat. It was awful, so we had to tie it up. But I'll be flying the black sails soon enough, don't worry. One of my favourite bridges coming up now. How do you earn money? And what do you do for a living or a job?
So I had about 5 or 6 emails asking me the same sort of question. Well, I answered in last week's Q&A session what I used to do. But what I do now is, during the season between Easter and October, I go round on my boat, cruise round and sell pirate stuff from the boat. I used to attend lots and lots of events and festivals, but obviously COVID has made a massive impact on that. But I tend to just cruise around, nice weather. I think, oh, I'll put some stuff out, put it out the side of my boat because I have a trade license. And it's all nautical themed, pirate themed items, and try and make a bit of money. I also have a little badge making business, and that's from a website. So even if it's raining or it's winter, I'll still get orders so I can make them up. And it's just about getting by. As long as I've got enough to get some food, you know, some weeks you're having takeaway, other weeks you're living on beans on toast. As long as I've got enough to get some food and pay for my diesel, that's all I need. I don't need much money anymore. It's all about, you know, living frugally but living a freer life, and I absolutely love it.
So I don't know if you noticed, but Pudding's ring's gone. Yes, Storm Eunice stole it. Feisty bugger. Yeah, we looked all around Congleton Basin and couldn't find it anywhere. It'd gone. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get another one of them, which is a pain. So I've got water now, and now it's just finding somewhere that I can moor at, and somewhere ideally that's not too far from the road for Jackie when she visits with the car. So yeah, so I just seem to be just storm dodging at the moment. This is the thing with January and February as a continuous cruiser. It's quite hard work because of the weather and also all the stoppages. And I just had a notification this morning from the Canal and River Trust that there is a tree down further up at Bridge 50, so I'm not going to go that far anyway. So yeah, this is the joys of continuously cruising, everybody. Hey, but it's lovely. Just cold. I'm so cold. I tell you what, today my nipples, they could cut glass, let me tell you. So that looks like one of Storm Eunice's conquests. At least it's not along the canal, so it won't stop any boats, but it will slow down a few cyclists. Just a quick shout out to the new Patreons: Richard Mozaliski, Greg Dean, Sandra Christie, Daniel Carpenter, Kathy and Graham Westgate and Sean McPherson. Thank you guys. So I'm all moored up now and we've hardly got any trees. There are a few, but they won't impact my boat if they fall. I've got some little ones behind, so they won't do any damage. So yeah, it's very, very muddy. That's the downside. But there's a road up there which is fantastic. We've got the farm, got the cows. So there's a train going by over there. Yeah, this will do us for a week now to set out the rest of these storms. What position will Rosie and Jim be in next time? From Nick Roberts.
The Rosie and Jim question, those naughty little rag dolls. And for those that don't know, Rosie and Jim were from a kids programme in the 80s and they lived on a little narrowboat. But I seem to come into the boat and find them in very naughty positions, and this is how I found them today. See, I always wondered why my run was going down so quick, so it's nothing to do with me. It's them naughty rag dolls drinking it all.
So the next questions are all about the music. Jackie and Andrew have asked what my inspiration is. Also, Dennis has asked how many have I composed and how many are on Amazon. Also, Sarah asks, how do I compose my own music? Well, I'll show you. So I've been asked by lots of people about the music. So yes, it all happens here. What I use to create the music is I use GarageBand, which is absolutely free. It comes with any Mac. It's also on an iPad. I got this keyboard last year, but until then, Flow Job and the Run Wench are actually written on this. Yes, it's just a little one that connects straight to my iPad. So it's fantastic. So you just don't need much space really to write music. You can get the free software and you get the little keyboard and all the sounds are on there. The good thing about GarageBand is it has synthesizers on there, so you can actually alter all your sounds as well and change however you want your sounds, which is brilliant. So I've come from a sort of classical music background and I love Jean-Michel Jarre, all that synthy stuff. I'm really into the electronic stuff. I'm into creating my own sounds, messing about with my own sounds. The good thing with GarageBand is you've got sounds on there and then you can play with all the synthesizers, all the little knobs and things. But you've got stuff like, you know, you can just Some people have asked about what I've got on iTunes, Amazon so far. I've only got the 3. I've got Stiff Ripples, The Rum Wench and Flow Job. They're the ones I've got on there because it takes so long to write a piece of music, and it's also getting the time with the boating and all the boaty jobs, and also because I run a business as well. I've got my little badge making business, so all those sort of things, it's getting the time. But when I do get the time, then I do set up and get this keyboard out and start creating. But sometimes it only takes, I don't know, you just to get hungry and have some tea and then you've lost it. So yeah, so I hope that helps you a little bit and you get to see what else it is I get up to when I'm not cruising and causing havoc in the pub. So another question that we got was, we've got a little bit of a YouTube fan club going on for Jackie here, and some people asked for a Jackie cam, or why doesn't Jackie appear so much on the camera? So I'm going to let Jackie answer that one.
Because I don't like appearing on the camera, and to be honest, I'm not here all the time. So what spare time I've got, I come down to help Heidi through locks, etc. To be honest, I do sabotage a lot of footage because Heidi gets the camera out and she generally gets a go away or a 2-finger salute.
So another question, I've got my iPad here with all the emails on, was what's your favourite beer? Well, I don't actually drink beer. I'm more of a shorts type of girl. I like rum, whiskey, that sort of thing. But you like beers, don't you?
I love beer. I do like ale as well, and my favourite ale is a Timothy Taylor's, either a Bolt Maker or a Landlord.
Oh,
cheers.
See, basically, because I would drink anything. So that answers your question. Heidi, which is top 5 favourite rums? Well, I don't really have a top 5. For me, it's whatever's cheap or on offer at the time, and I'll drink it. So, but I do love Kraken. If I was going to choose a rum, that would definitely be my favourite. But yeah, anything, whatever's on offer, whatever's cheap.
Now here's one for you. Can you be done for drink driving on a narrowboat? Not that you ever would be, of course. Of course not, Colin.
Well, it's not police the same as like it is on the roads, is it? It's not like where they turn you over and breathalyse you. However, obviously, it's a safety thing. So obviously, you don't want to be drinking if you're doing locks. It's fine having a couple of glasses of wine and that, don't get me wrong. But don't be getting drunk if you're doing locks and things like that. It's a safety thing more than anything. You know, it's dangerous narrowboating. You know, there's lots of accidents. People have fallen in, got crushed between the boat and the bank. So for safety reasons, I wouldn't get pissed, to be honest.
If there was a serious accident and the police were called to attend and they did breathalyse you, that would probably invalidate your insurance, and of course you'd get into a lot of trouble.
We have a little bit of a drink, like a sociable drink, when we are cruising, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's some having a few glasses of wine, in the winter having a bit of a yip flask, but don't get bladdered, just wet the lips.
So guys, that's it. I'm really sorry for the questions that I wasn't able to fit in, but I tried to stick to the more popular ones, the ones that was getting asked over and over. But I was overwhelmed with the amount of questions, so I do hope you've enjoyed it, these last 2 videos. If you have, please give them a like, as it really does help the channel. And also, if you haven't already, please subscribe, as that helps the video get seen more in the YouTube world and really helps me out. So thank you so much, guys. So anyway, normal shenanigans will return next week. So anyway, till then, take care, stay safe, and a massive shout out to this week's pirate crew.
Here they are, guys. So we've got Mark Robinson, Chuck Bledsoe, Alan Harbit, Donna and Nell, David Van Wart, Ralph Ward, Fat Daddy, oh fantastic, Dave and Paul from Narrowboat Dylan, Justin and Dave, Maverick and Mouse, Fishless Clive, Stinky the Pooh, and Stephen Brody. Also a big shout out to Tony and Tracy Brooks and their brother Lee Brooks in Australia. And also to Hayley and Richard from Y-Beam and Wellingtons, who also have a YouTube channel all about Y-Beams. It's brilliant, so have a look at that. So, and also to our Patreons who help tirelessly behind the scenes. Thank you so much, guys, for the encouragement and support. So massive shout out to the patrons and to you all. I'll see you next time.